Good morning. Good afternoon. Whatever time you're watching this. Just trying to get a better shot, everyone. Okay. Namaste. So we're going to start by standing. How's that sound? Okay. And we'll start in mountain pose, meaning that your feet are hip width distance apart, and you can do that by you can bring one toe in towards the other and then swivel the heel out. And that's approximately hip width distance apart. And you're going to roll your shoulders up, back, and down. And just close your eyes and feel your feet really grounding into the earth. And notice how your breath is doing. Notice how you're doing by standing and trying to be still. So today's class is going to be on concentration, something that sometimes can be really hard to do because of our lovely mind that likes to race around. So open your eyes and let's lift the big toe up and then drop it down and then kind of bring each toe down so that you're feeling then the outside of the foot. And then see if you can maybe move your knees out a little wide to kind of open up a little bit. And are you noticing? And it's not like a real big movement, but notice how maybe your feet got a little bit more grounded and your sit bone maybe went down a little bit more. It's just a nice way to really feel solid and concentrate, right? So inhale your arms all the way up. Exhale all the way back down. Inhale your arms all the way up. Just starting to get the breath going. Exhale all the way back down. And one more time. Inhale your arms, leave them up. And then bring one arm down and arch over to that side. Just hold it there for a moment, feeling the stretch. And then come on back up, bring the other arm up, and then bring the other arm down. And watch that you're not collapsing the shoulder, reaching up, and then bring the other arm up. And let's just go dynamic. So arching over. So we're starting to open up the sides, but also keep that concentration of what's going on with your feet as you're going back and forth, just moving the upper body a little bit, and then one more time to this side, and then come on back up, and then bring your arms down, and let's roll our shoulders up, back, down, and around. And again, you might feel your knees starting to bend a little bit because it's so relaxing to roll your shoulders. And then move your shoulders forward and notice if you're letting go of any tension. Okay, we're going to do some get into the wrist joints a little bit, okay? So take one of your hands, take your other hand, and then grab around your wrist. So it's kind of like you're holding the bottom of a daisy, okay? And then pull the wrist just kind of up, okay? Just a little bit. And you can move your fingers a little bit. And you'll just feel a little bit of a stretch going on in the joint area. They sometimes get stuck, and some of us have some issues with it, or we may be preventing issues from it. And then take the same hand and put it across your belly, and then grab around again and again. Just pull. You're pulling towards your hand, okay? And then away. And then towards it, and then away. And then bring it down. You can shake it out. Okay, other side. So you're pulling down towards your elbow. Okay, and some of you may be feeling a little bit of a little click, click, click going on. And just hold it there. And then again, grab it around and pull towards the wrist and then pull away. And you might notice when you do this little movement, when you push it towards and then away, you'll feel the opening in your fingers a little bit. Just kind of a nice thing. All right, and then now that we got our fingers, do you notice any difference in your wrist, huh? Clasp your hands behind you and just open up your chest so you're keeping your elbows bent, okay? And just feel that. All right. And then come on up to the front of your mat, okay? Again, if you want to lift your toes up and then kind of do the piano player all the way down to the little toe, reach your arms up and then bend your knees slightly, fold at the hips, fold all the way down, okay? So your knees are definitely bent. You can bring the crown of the head towards the floor and feel the stretch along the back of your neck. And take a nice big inhale and exhale. And then let's come down to tabletop. So align the wrist underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. Okay, a couple of cat-cows around your back. Remember, if you have any osteoporosis, you don't want to do cat. But you would like to do cow. Drop your belly down. And then inhale, round your back. And exhale down. Just get a little bit of movement going on in the center of the body now, around the back. And drop it down. And hopefully you got your breath going with it. Okay, so flat back, okay? Right foot way out. You can bring the right ball of the foot down, press the heel back, feel the nice stretch along the back of the calf, Achilles tendon and whatnot. Take a nice big inhale and exhale. Okay, lift that right leg up, okay? And then left arm forward. Hold it there for a moment. And we're going to do our knee to nose. So bring the elbow in and bring the knee towards the elbow. And then bring it back out. Now, if you need to place the hand down, that's fine. Or if you want to just leave the foot down, that's fine too. But go nice and slow. So inhale in. Exhale out. Getting nice and warm in that center of the body. Inhale in. Exhale out. And one more time. Inhale in. Exhale out. Maybe hold here. Hold in your bird dog pose. And then bring the hand down. Bring the knee down. Pause for a moment. Okay, left leg comes out. Left ball of the foot to the floor. And then press the heel back. Notice if one heel, Achilles tendon or one calf feels a little tighter than the other. Just nice to know. Maybe it needs a little bit more stretch and love later on. Okay, left leg up, right arm forward, hold it there, and then bring it in. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale, nice and slow. Inhale and exhale. All right. Inhale and exhale. Hold the balance. Stare at something on the floor if you need to. And then come on down to tabletop and sit back into child's pose. Maybe stretch those arms forward. You can bring your forehead to the floor. Taking a nice big inhale and exhale. Okay. So let's come up to our first downward dog. Curl your toes under. Lift your sit bones up. Okay. And notice how you're feeling in your first downward dog of the day, huh? Taking a nice big inhale and exhale, really stretching the sit bones towards the sky, and your chest is going towards your knees. And then walk your feet behind your hands, nice and slow. Forward fold. Okay. Bend your knees a little bit. Bring your hands to your knees, shoulders away from your ears, and inhale halfway up. Nice flat back. Exhale down, and then stand all the way up. So you're almost doing a cow when you come up. Come all the way through heart center and pause. Okay? It's almost a cow, so that you're not doing cat on the halfway up. All right, inhale your arms up. Bend your knees a little bit. Exhale, fly down so that you're hinging at your hips. Okay, inhale, halfway up, crown of the head forward, sit bones back. Exhale down. Okay, let's take the right foot way back. Right knee down. Come up to that first slow lunge so that we get our hip flexors nice and stretched. You can have that back toe curled under or not. That's your choice. But feel how that quadricep area is stretching a little bit. And then bring your hands down to the floor and then slowly move your sit bones back. And if you need blocks here, that's all right. Grab some blocks, or if you have chairs nearby or whatever that you want to balance in, flex the left foot and feel a stretch along the hamstring. Keep breathing. And then walk your feet or walk your hands forward, come back to tabletop, curl your toes under, downward facing dog. And breathe. Nice big inhale and exhale. Okay, so we're going to bring that right foot between our hands. So if you need to come down to tabletop and then gingerly move that right foot around, that's fine too. Others may be working at it, that they want to get their foot between their hands by doing the pendulum throw or whatever it is. But we're working on that core strength to be able to gingerly bring those feet between your hands and reach your arms up. Really root that front foot down so that it's helping you with the balance. And then bring your hands down and then slowly move your sit bones back, flex your right foot, and feel the stretch up and down the hamstrings, which can be the root of some of our lower back problems because they're tight. All right, come on back around, tabletop, curl your toes under, downward facing dog, and breathe. All right, walk your feet behind your hands, forward fold, okay. Inhale halfway up, exhale down, stand all the way up, reach up, reach up, reach up, way up, hands into prayer, come all the way through, and pause. Okay, so you know what, I want to try something out today. If you have a block or a light book, okay, grab the block, okay? Put it between your hands long ways. And you also, if you have two blocks, depending upon what feels comfortable, some of you may want to have two blocks. Some of them may want to do it this way. You're going to have to experiment with what works for you, but you're pressing the blocks between your hands. I'm going to use one block right now, okay? And then bring your arms up, okay? Sorry if you can't see my hands up there, but my palms are facing in and pressing. And reach up. And again, feel the toe. So lift the big toe and then do the piano player all the way down. and root your feet. Make sure there's always a micro bend in your knees, okay? So you're not hyperextending. By doing these stretches, sometimes you really want to hyperextend. But feel that whole body stretch. And then arch over to one side, pressing the hip block. And then come on back up. And then arch over to the other side. Wow. Getting nice and open. And kind of getting used to that upper body movement, okay? And then you can bring the block down. Come on back to the front of your mat, okay? And then inhale your arms all the way up. Keep that block nearby. We're going to come back to it if you have one. Exhale all the way back down. Inhale halfway up. Exhale down. Okay, bring the right foot back. We'll come into a nice high lunge, okay? So come on up to the high lunge. Crawl up that left knee. And then reach your arms up and see if you can kind of feel then those blocks pressing between your hands so that you feel the movement of really, it's helping your spine, it's helping your sides, it's helping even those wrists that we just stretched out. So feel, nice big stretch. Okay. And then exhale your hands down. Bring the right knee down, left knee back. If you want to come into a plank, that's fine too. Lower yourself all the way down to your belly, top to the feet to the floor. Hands are down by your sides. Press your hands. Use your collarbones to lift up into a little baby cobra. Exhale down. And then I'll meet you in downward facing dog. And breathe. Nice big inhale. And exhale. Whoo, right? Okay. Take that right foot. It's going to come between your hands again. So you remember this one, right? From the low lunge. Climb your hands up. Okay, so you're tilting that tailbone. It's kind of coming down a little bit. Reach your arms up. Okay, you're moving that right hip back a little bit, pressing that imaginary block, or if you want to have the block between your hands, that's great too. Okay, exhale your hands down. Okay, and then let's just step the left foot next to the right, coming into forward fold. Okay, inhale halfway up. Exhale all the way back down. Inhale your arms all the way up. Reach up, hands together. Bring it through heart center. And pause into that mountain pose. Okay, maybe lift the big toe up. Do the piano playing. Feeling the arches kind of lift up if you move your knees out a little bit. Getting nice and grounded. Concentrating on that balancing. Okay. Okay, inhale your arms up. Exhale, fly down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale down. Okay, so this time we're going to bring the left foot way back. We're going to bring a left foot back into warrior two, okay? So while you're down here, for the heck of it, grab the block or something, okay? So the back foot's in a 45-degree angle. You're coming up to warrior two. You're going to see the back of me, but we're going to do the same kind of block to hand again. So, but first off, before you do the block to hand, make sure that front knee is going right over the front portion of your foot, if that is available, okay? Don't really force it so much so if it's hurting or anything like that. Okay, bring the block up. Sorry you can't see the block, but you're feeling that nice stretch. Now do a reverse warrior. So you're going back towards the back leg, really pressing down evenly, and then do tiny little pulses, itty bitty little basic baby pulses while you're pressing your hand and moving into that whole side. So we're opening up that rib cage, maybe doing a little baby oblique work. Keep breathing. All right. And then come on back up. Pause. Feel your feet really rooted in. Okay, and we're going to come over to side angle. So here's a good option just to, while you're pressing. So if you come into side angle without bringing your elbow down, you can start there by pressing your hands so that you can feel getting a little bit more strength. Keep breathing. So now we're stretching the other side while we're pressing our hands here, bending that front knee. All right, feeling that really straighten up. All right, and here's an option, total option for those advanced practitioners that want to have some fun. Well, let's start with this one. So first off, bring the block down. You can bring your hands up. So now doing the side angle with the hand down. Totally stay here for a moment. Or start walking up to half moon. Okay, so opening up. Woo, right? Opening up to half moon or staying in the half. Either way is perfect. All right, if you're in half moon, come on back down. Rotate around. Step the block side for a moment, okay? Rotate the back foot. You can drop the right knee down or step back into plank. Lower yourself all the way down. It's kind of like, oh, breather, right? Inhale halfway up, not halfway up, but cobra. Exhale down. And then come on back to downward facing dog. And breathe. Woohoo. More fun today, right? More fun. Take a nice big inhale and exhale. Center yourself. Concentration is the theme today, right? It's concentration also on your breath. Okay, so that left foot is stepping between your hands. Gonna get that block ready. Swivel the back foot 45 degrees, coming into warrior two. Maybe that front heel is lined up with the back arch. You can climb up. Start by really feeling nice and strong before you open your arms up to the sky. So feel that knee straight over, pressing through the back foot, palms up, okay? Grabbing that block or whatever. And even if you don't have a block or whatever, you can totally do this. It's just kind of nice to have some props. Okay, so doing reverse warrior. Okay, and then the itty bitty, they're tiny little pulses. So we're kind of getting into that connective tissue a little bit. And don't forget to breathe. And notice all the different things you're moving here. It's a very small movement, but man, are you working, right? So keep pressing the hands, pulse, pulse. All right, come on back up. Feel steady, okay? And then arch over towards this side. Okay, this is definitely a strengthener. And just hold there for a moment. It's like, wow, right? Keep pressing the hands. Okay, and when you're ready, you can bring that block down behind the ankle, or if you're here, that's fine too, okay? Reaching the arm up, making sure that shoulder blade is open. Okay, you ready to do half moon? Be careful now, okay? So walk forward with that block and reaching up. Some of you may not even need the block, okay? Stare at something on the floor that's not moving. All right. And then slowly come back to half moon, or side angle. All right. And then swivel the back foot and then just step the right foot next to the left. Forward fold. Inhale halfway up. Exhale down. Stand all the way up. Reach up, reach up, reach up. All the way up. And bring it all the way through. Let's do another vinyasa just so you feel that whole what we just did to maybe work stuff. We're going to go into triangle, okay? So inhale your arms up. Exhale, fly down. Inhale halfway up. Exhale down. Okay, let's bring that left foot back again. 45 degree. Starting in a warrior two stance. Okay, so you're feeling that right knee is going right over. Bring your arms out to a T. Okay. And even though you're not pressing the blocks, you can almost press them and have kind of that feeling. Okay. And then maybe lengthen the front leg out. Okay. You can do it this way. You can do it this way. Either way. And then just like we did with side angle, you're moving over and then coming into triangle. And one thing that can happen if you start with your arms like this is you can start collapsing. Keep it open. You can also have a block nearby just to help you if you need some, or you can have a chair, whatever works for you, okay? So you're rotating that upper leg, that front leg's upper leg is rotating out, reaching up, okay? And then bend your front knee into warrior two. Windmill your hands all the way down. Drop the left knee down if you want to. And come into tabletop or plank. Lower yourself all the way down. Tops of the feet to the floor. Inhale up. Shoulder blades down your back. Exhale down. And come on back to downward facing dog. And breathe. Nice big breaths here, right? Nice big breaths. Okay, we're going to get that left foot between our hands. And you're going to do it safely, whatever you do, okay? And I was really kidding about the pendulum swing, but so many of us do that to get that foot between. But it is core work that will get you there. So left foot comes between. Come on up to warrior two. Root yourself down. Maybe start with the arms up. This is completely optional. Lengthen the front leg, and then you're tilting over towards the left side. This is my left side. It might be your right. Okay. And then open up. Maybe look up at the sky if that works for you. If not, stare at something that's not moving on the floor. Make sure you're not hyperextending that left knee. Keep breathing. Okay, bend that left knee, that front knee. Come on up into warrior two. Bring your hands to your hips. Left foot next to right. Mountain pose. All right. All right. So now that you have this whole idea of the blocks squeezing through, let's try tree and see what it feels like with the upper arms like that, okay? So bending your knees a little bit. Start by lifting. It doesn't matter which leg comes up. Bring it out to the side. You can bring it to your upper inner thigh. You can bring it to your calf. Whatever you do, don't put it on a joint. No knee joint. Okay, you can start with your hands in prayer. Concentrate, right? And then if you want to, bring your arms up and feel that imaginary block. And how that imaginary block, when you press it, is helping root that standing leg, the whole outside of that standing leg. It's keeping your core nice and balanced. Keep breathing. Okay, bring your hands down to prayer. Hands on your hips. Bring the knee forward and bring it down. Lifting the big toes up. Bringing the toes back down. And relax down. Okay, other side. So lifting the knee up. Bringing it out to the side. Place it wherever it works for you. Try and do the same thing that you did on the other side. So if you place it on the calf, put it on the calf. That way your body is a little bit balanced. Hands in prayer. And if you need to bring that foot up and down, that's all right. That's all right. Okay, bring those arms up. Okay, lengthening up. Really stretching up, maybe feeling the whole abdominal area really working here to help you up. Keep breathing. Okay, slowly bring your hands down to prayer. Stand in mountain pose and pause. Take it all in, that wonderful balancing that you did in your radar arms, right? All right, come on up to the front of your mat. Inhale your arms all the way up. Exhale, fly down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale down. Come on down to child's pose. Take a breather. Get something to drink if you need to. Relax, okay? You just did some wonderful work. Your arms might even be feeling stretched out a little bit. Taking a nice big inhale. And exhale. All right. Come on down to your belly. Now, did you just flop down? Did you just like kind of come around and flop down? Why don't you come back to this table, this kind of like plank type position, right? We got to work on our upper body strength a little bit, okay? So come into this plank, okay? Totally stay here. Are you feeling the work going on right now? Okay? And then bend a little bit. Oh, yeah, right? Bend a little bit more. Okay, what's going on? You working it? Are you going to flop down? If you need to come back up, that's okay too. But bend, slowly come down. Nice and slow. Down. So, did you just beat yourself up that you maybe, like a lot of us, because we can't come down nice and slow and we flop down, we immediately go into that, darn, I can't do it. That's all right. That's just where you're at today. It's practice, right? Okay. Speaking of practice, let's keep going. So back of the hands to the floor. Okay. We're coming up into locust. So lift the collarbone up, maybe lift the back of the arms and the palms up to the sky. You can totally stay here. And then let's fall back down. Let's do a little bit of movement. So inhale up, just the upper body. Exhale down. So now we're stretching it out and also getting that upper back strong. Inhale up. Exhale down. All right, come on up this time. Come on up. Maybe lift the thighs off the ground. That's all right. Make sure you're not sticking the chin out, but it's kind of coming down towards your chest. Not all the way down, but you just have a nice length in the back of your neck. Okay, keep breathing. Shoulder blades coming together. Lift those thigh bones up, right? And then bring your palms down, rest down. If you need to, windshield wiper. Side to side, right? All right, let's do that again, okay? So palms down, or back of palms down, and let's lift up. And you don't have to lift your legs up if it's not working for you. And if your upper body is not working either, maybe just try and lift the legs up. Whatever you're doing, it's okay because it's what fits your body today. Keep holding up, keep breathing. And then stack the palms a different way. Rest the opposite cheek down. Maybe windshield. Okay, let's do our half bow. Reach around, grab your ankle. Press the ankle into your hand, feeling that great stretch. We were working a lot with our quadriceps, so we want to stretch them out. And also opening up that right shoulder. And then you can switch sides. And maybe notice if you do one side and then the other, you'll notice if one side's a little tighter than the other. Good information. Maybe you slept differently or slept on it differently. Maybe you were sitting weird. Just a good information. And then come on back to child's pose for just a moment. Stretching out again. Through all these stretches and our block stuff, our ribs should be really opened up. All right, and then come on back around. We'll come into a sitting. Let's do a nice wide angle sit. So notice if you're starting to arch your back like a cat. Bring your fingers behind you and lift up. You might even feel your pelvis rolling a little bit forward. So the bowl is kind of going around and forward. And just hold it there. Maybe flex your feet so that you feel elongated. The other option is you can be sitting on blankets if this is not working for you. All right, we didn't get any little twists. So reach your arms up and then turn your upper body towards one leg and then just fold forward. So you're using your chest. So it's not really just collapsing, but as you reach up with those imaginary blocks, turn and then pressing forward. So you're hinging at the hips, not so much at the waist. And possibly you don't come out very far down in this particular pose. But notice the different areas you're feeling a stretch. I usually feel it on my side lower back, which gets really tight on a lot of us. Keep breathing. And then walk your hands all the way back up. Okay, pause. Reach your arms up, imaginary block, twist to the other side, and then fold forward. Notice the stretch. Oh, yeah. Feeling good. All right, come on back up. Okay, bring the soles of the feet together. Okay, and just, you can butterfly a little bit. We'll feel a little bit of a stretch here. If you want to fold forward for just a moment, that's all right too. All right, so take your hands on your feet. Okay, so pretend your feet, okay, so they're together. They're kind of like a closed book, okay? And then open them up, okay? And then close it and open. Some people can just do it naturally. I can't. And I like to just kind of open and close. So we're kind of doing a massage for the center of the foot, the plantar area, I believe. Moving back and forth. Okay, and I know that some folks can't handle this one, but see if you can take your fingers between opposite hand through your toes, just for a moment. I know it takes a little bit, okay? Put your fingers between your toes and hold it there, and then just for a moment. It's maybe a lot of you are used to this because you've been wearing finger or sandals. And then move your toes back and forth. This is really good for helping you with mountain pose, right? But good concentration starts at the feet, right? When we're doing balancing poses, so we want to keep our feet nice and happy. All right, let go. How's that feel? How's that toe feel? Okay, take the opposite hand through your toes. And some of you may be saying, oh dear. And that's all right. It's just good information to know about your toes, right? And maybe you can't put your fingers through specific toes. Not today. But if you practice, maybe you can. And then you move the upper toes back and forth. Feels really good, huh? I hope you're saying that. Moving back and forth. And then let it go. And how's it feel? How do the toes, when you let go, there should be a little bit of a tingling, okay? All right, come on around. Soles of the feet to the earth, okay? Lifting up, sitting back. We'll come into a nice boat. Now, if you need your hands behind you, as a matter of fact, bring your hands behind you. This is kind of interesting. Bring your knees up. This is kind of interesting to even do. I was doing this the other day. And then bring your toes down and bring your knees up. This is a nice little gentle lower ab work that while you're keeping your hands down. And notice where you're feeling it, okay? This might help you get into boat a little bit easier, just touching your toes down and up. Okay, then hold it up. And then maybe come into boat. Keep breathing. And then bring the soles of the feet down. Hug your knees. And then slowly, now's the only time I'll tell you to round your back. Slowly, slowly, slowly bring your upper back and lower back to the floor. Pausing for a minute. Lift the big toe up. Bring it all the way down and let the other toes settle down. Your feet should be feeling like just so energetic, like you're ready to go run a marathon, right? Okay, let's come up into bridge. Lift your sit bones up and breathe. All right. Maybe you'll bring your hands into robot. Maybe you'll be able to clasp your hands below your sit bones, okay? And soften the hips. Soften the sit bones. Okay, it's definitely an intense pose using that whole lower body. But if you start realizing how much we contract, sometimes that'll hurt us in the long run. And then slowly, slowly, slowly bring yourself all the way down. Okay, straighten your legs out for a moment. Okay, bring your right knee into your chest and just hold it there. Just hug your knee. You can bend that left knee if you need to, if this is too much to start off with, but I kind of like feeling that hip flexor with that left knee straight. And then bring the left knee down if you had it bent. Take that right knee, cross it over your body, coming into a twist, keeping your shoulders on the floor. You can also put a pillow underneath that right knee if that's a little bit more comfortable, if this is a little bit too much of a strain. Just breathe in, breathe out. And then come on and undo it. Okay. And then left knee comes in. Hold it for just a moment. And then bring your hands out to a T. Left knee crosses over. Notice if one side's a little stickier than the other. Concentrate on opening up and relaxing, because you know what we're coming into next. Then come on back around and maybe hug both knees into your chest, rock side to side for just a moment. And when you're ready, lengthen your legs out, palms facing up towards the sky, bring your shoulder blades down your back, just let everything relax. Close your eyes if it's appropriate. And just start concentrating on your breath. The rise and fall of the belly. The movement of the lungs. The temperature going in and out of your nose. We spend so much time rushing that these few moments of just finding peace, finding concentration from within can help rejuvenate mentally, physically, and if you believe spiritually. It's recommended that you stay here for about 10 minutes. And if not, you can start moving those fingers and toes, just bringing a little bit of movement into your extremities, especially those toes that you just opened up a little bit more, and those wrists that are now really lubricated and stretched out. And then roll over onto your side. Hang out there for a moment. And when you're ready, slowly come on up to a seated position. Bring your hands into prayer. Take a nice big inhale and exhale. Next time inhale compassion to yourself. And exhale compassion to the world. Bring the corners of your mouth up and smile. Namaste. I just want to let you all know that next week I'm going to be pre-recording the class. So if you don't see the live thing, just know that the class, it will be a new class. So have a great weekend. Have another great weekend next week, and I'll see you soon.